deep, into the field, played through the pressure, ended up with a 6-on-4 attack, I think it was. I was curious, emotionally, when you saw the team doing this stuff y'all worked on for a long time, what was kind of going through your head?
Yeah, I was telling my coaching staff in the first half that we were okay those first 25 minutes in transition, but not in the build-up. And then the second half, I think it started to be a little bit better until we scored the 4 goal and kind of we went down a little bit in the energy. But very happy, especially that third goal, as you said. It starts on the left, goes to the middle, breaking lines, go to the opposite side, 2v1 with Brooks and Sava running behind, and a special detail from the scouting report from Jose, our fantastic video analyst, and Rob and Diego and Eugenio about the type of process we needed today, and that was a big reward for us, for me. Collectively, it was exactly what we saw could have happened, and it happened. Not just the build-up, but the final third movement. I think it was pretty good, so I'm actually especially happy about that goal.
Janelle, Felipe.
Coach, what does it say about the defense the last 2 games, only giving up 2 goals, the quality of the defense?
I would say that it's improving big time, but I'm so upset about that goal. I want clean sheets, and it was a side effect, a little bit of it seems like Brooks and Gigi were talking among each other. I don't know if they were full into it. Thiago's role to go to the guy in the near post, and then Bartek, I think, did a very good job at closing down. But it was a great goal. I have to, of course, give credit to Carles Hill, but we need clean sheets. I really love clean sheets. It could have been a great reward for a backline midfielders that did a great job. Also the attackers at pressing. So I think it was a complete game, but we should have rounded with a clean sheet.
Felipe and Sydney.
Giakoumakis sends those 3 goals. I'm wondering what sort of conversation you had at halftime, because he was getting his chances. The service was there in the first half. He looked a little bit rushed, but then the composure was really there on every one of his finishes in the second half. So what changed between the first half and second half for him?
No, I think it's the nines is normally about how they are up here, and the mentality and the patience and believing that the chances are going to come. First half normally are close, and then second half at times start to open up more. And I think it's Gigi's confidence too. Once he started the first one, he scores the first one, the next one came, and the next one came, and I think it was a positive reward for him. He works very hard defensively, and then he was able to score a hat-trick. But again, I always say this, the team comes first. I'm very happy for him scoring 3 goals, but I'm happy because it helped us to win today. That's the most important thing. 3 points for the team, great by Yaku knows this. I care about winning, not just his individual records. Of course, I'm very happy about him scoring 3 goals, but team comes first. So very happy, it's a good reward for everyone. And good night.
Sydney, then Henry, you best know.
Gonzalo, great win tonight. It was going back to Gigi. He's made very explicit mentions that he wants a golden boot, and you talked about the mentality that strikers need to be in. If they go a few games without a goal, that kind of wears in them. How does Gigi kind of build on this, especially with Orlando coming up, especially with tough matches coming up for you all, not just here at home but on the road? How does he stay in that mentality to stay hungry for goals?
No, I think for Gigi is very clear. He has his own individual objectives, which is great. All the players should have some of those. The guys that are not playing that much, they want to play more, they put certain targets. The guys with a lot of assists, they want to continue on that path and score a little bit to hit a couple more assists than last year. It's the same with the number 9s, goalkeepers, clean sheets, defenders. So I'm very happy with him having a big goal at being Golden Boot. But once again, my main objective is to win the trophy, and I think Gigi understands that. Now he's the Golden Boot. I think he will help us a lot to win the trophy, but it has to be the team comes first.
Henry and Jarrett.
Gonzalo, 2 questions. First of all, with Giakoumakis taking that second penalty, was that an instruction from you? Was that a decision from the players? Do you know kind of what went into that decision? And my second question is about Bartosz Slić. What do you think of his performance today? He didn't show up on the score sheet, but he did seem to be an important presence for you in midfield.
Yes, on penalty, I have to say that normally we have one or two guys that can take the penalties. We put a list there. Thiago is first. It was honestly a decision between players, which I'm okay. It's just because I'm a player, I know what happens on the field and the boost of confidence. I'm okay if they talk among themselves, and that boosts the confidence of Gigi. So I'm happy, very happy for Thiago's also humility to allow Gigi to score the goal. So that's all fine with me. Honestly, I'm not that type of coach that if I designate one, the second one for me can be for another player if that's the case and they allow it. Actually, I did that a couple of times in my career, so I'm okay with that. But again, the team comes first, right? We have to score the goals, and that's objective. And then Bartek, I think, did a great job. I think he's been in crescendo, training sessions, games, having more confidence. I think today he did an amazing job covering a lot of ground, closing down a lot of passing lanes, regaining the ball, progressing the ball forward, fast, at times dribbling, at times passing. So I think it was a very good performance. The same I can say for almost every player, but you asked about Bartek.
Jarrett, the locker room's open. Jarrett, go ahead.
Coach, we saw Brooks Lennon tuck inside a lot last year. Today it looked like he was in a more advanced position at times when he was tucked inside. What did you see from New England that kind of helped free up that position where he was able to get more advanced and find more half spaces in the attack?
Yes, it's been I don't want to say a definitive topic that we are going to put Brooks in that space. I think what I'm very happy about today's tactical understanding from Brooks is especially that he understood when he had to stay out wide, when he had to come in the pocket, when he had to go up as a winger, and those coordinated movements between Sava and him were very difficult for New England to figure it out. I think whether the ball was on the left, at times Sava in the pocket, Brooks as a winger, at times Brooks inside, Sava out wide, and that interchange of position was very fluid in my opinion. It took a couple, 15-20 minutes to understand that, but I think Brooks has been tactically improving a lot. And the other thing is I'm very happy that most of the time when Caleb goes, he was staying. And there was only one play where both went higher and we took a massive counter-attack that I was very upset at. And then after that, I think they were much better. That understanding between fullback and winger was very good. So tactically, I think it was a very good game by Brooks.
Last two in English, locker room is open. Go ahead.
Going back to mindset, how important was that first half goal and just momentum-wise for the team going into the second half?
I think it was very important that first goal. Again, I think we started to get a little bit more chances. We started to gain more rhythm, but the goal wasn't coming, or a clear chance wasn't coming. So I was very happy about the first goal, and then obviously going at halftime with an advantage at the bench. At times it can be tricky because you know that the opponent will have time to maybe fix a couple tactical things, bring a couple players, and if our mentality is so we're at the bench, we're gonna dominate the second half, we're mistaken. So we have to take that second half very seriously. That's what the players did, and then we knew that a little bit in transition, if they start to open up, we can hit them, and we did that. So again, our style is not based on transition actions. We don't want just to park the bus and counter. That's not our style, but when the game manifests like that in this type of open games, why to say no to those transition actions when you have such a good players in transition? So I think that helped to seal the game, and we're very happy about that.
Joe.
Gonzalo, just wanted to ask about Derek Williams. I think I asked him about him before, but just what qualities does he have that's helping the team so much right now? He had a couple plays tonight where he was kind of crucial to a build-up. One of them led to a goal. Just with some kind of composed play out the back, what is he adding to this team at this point?
I think he's very decent, very good in the build-up, understanding, the passing lanes, the aggression in his attacking actions. Probably the thing that I like the most about him is his leadership and his vocal vocal leadership that he has with the back line. I think he's the one in charge of talking when we compress the space, when we drop back, who jumps on whom. Today he was doing a very good job, especially in the first half, on closing down Carles Hill, whether it was him or passing that responsibility to Tristan Bartek. Carles Hill didn't have a lot of opportunities from the run of play, and I think mainly because of his communication. So his communication skills are very good, and I think that's kind of the thing that I like the most about his game.
If I could just get one more in, Thiago played 90 minutes in a game where you were firmly in control. Why? Why do you leave him in for 90?
Well, we feel like Thiago is pretty robust. I think when you watch his stats in Vélez and even with us, the kid loves to play, and he knows how to play. In those type of games where we're winning for a good advantage, I think having Thiago kind of shifting over in the spaces in transition is very helpful because of his ability on the ball to create danger. So I didn't want to take that out of the team. Of course, I could have gone to someone else, but I wanted that, especially because I changed the wingers and I wanted a quality player to make those services, and that was Thiago. But normally Thiago is pretty robust to play all the games.
We'll switch to Spanish. Danilo, go ahead.